So it's Valentine's Day, and we're gonna wear red and eat chocolate and receive flowers and gift people with things, and it's all fun. Those are great things. Those are games we play on certain days and traditions we create, and that's all good. And I hope you have fun doing it. But my deeper question is, what is love? What is really love? And in my dyslexic mind, I really see two kinds of love. The first love is the what I call the mind love. It's a love that has a lot of logic to it and conditions and criteria, and you have to qualify. There's a lot of having and doing that brings about this kind of love. This love is need-based. I need you to fill in the blank. You need me to fill in the blank in order for me to love you or for you to love me. It's good to know this kind of love because sometimes we cover it with chocolate and sometimes literally, and we see this as the true love. There's nothing wrong with this love as long as we don't confuse it and use the term interchangeably with the true love. Then there is the love, I call it the heart love or love, the true love. The heart love loves because you are, not because you have, not because you do, but just because you are. This kind of love is the love that has a deeper sense in us. It's really remembering that we all come from love, we're made out of love, and this kind of love is a memory of how we were before we fell in consciousness and arrived at separation. So that's a longer story, but I just wanted to talk about these two different loves because it's important to know that they exist and they all called love, but they are not made out of same thing and they don't have the same quality about them. We use this word love quite often, and it's a very overused word and sometimes abused word. So I love pizza, and then I love my lover and I love my child. So do I mean the same thing but that love? When I'm hungry, I love food. When I'm not, I don't. I love resting, but when I have rested for many hours, I don't love resting anymore. I like activity. So what is this love and what is that love? I just want to awaken that that very distinct difference between these two. One lives at this end and the other one at the other end, and they both have a place in our life, but they are not the same thing, and we need to be aware of the difference between them. There's a story in the Inner Map about love. It's called Leyla and Majnun. Leyla and Majnun are the epic lovers of the Middle East. They're the Romeo and Juliet of the Middle East. And a few points, I mean, there are many stories about their love, but what I wanted to discuss to just talk about these two different kinds of love is that, first of all, Majnun, the name of the male lover in this story, means the one who has lost his mind. Isn't that interesting? The one who has lost his mind arrives at true love. But the story has it that Majnun is talking about Leyla, his lover, and how wonderful she is and how he loves her and how he adores her. And he's talking to his friend, to his male friend, and the friend gets very intrigued by Leyla and by the story of love of Majnun for Leyla. So he gets curious and he travels for a while. And those days it was difficult to travel from one space to another and goes and meets Layli. And to his utter disappointment, Layli is not a beautiful woman, at least with his standards. So he gets very disappointed, and he comes back and he tells Majnun that, I don't know what you love about Layli, because she's definitely not pretty. There are so many more beautiful women, and he tries to convince Majnun that there are better women around than Layli. And Majnun hears his friend out. He smiles at him and he says, ah, you must have looked at my Layli with the eyes of your mind, because with those eyes, of course, she has many shortcomings. But if you could only see her with the eyes of your heart, like I do, then you will see her perfect as she is. And then you will see her as the most beautiful species ever. So here, it's a very interesting fairy tale that there was a wisdom about different kinds of love. And my understanding of love actually stemmed from these old stories, to know that there is the love that mind brings about and calls it love, whatever it is. And there is the love that stems from the heart. It requires a different consciousness. It really goes to a different frequency, but we call both of them love. So on this day of love, I wish you a lot of love, true love, the love of your heart. May you receive and may you give true love, not only today, but every day of your life. Happy Love Day.